Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Eric and and if you guys watched the last one, I'm continuing the series of Eric does, I think I'm calling this fantasy support for evil heroes. Today I'm going to be talking about the spells and traps that I made for them. I didn't make that many, mainly because I had a hard time trying to think of spells and traps for them. But yeah. Anyway, let's get on to the spells and traps that I made. Of course, I'm going to be linking down my Imgur where you can actually see the cards themselves and read them. There might be some typos on them and I might say them differently than how I say them now, but yeah, anyway, let's get started, shall we? There's not a lot, as I said before, but yeah. First card that I made for them is the field spell that can be searched with Violent Captain, Evil City. So yeah, field spell just like Skyscraper. So while this card is face up in the field, your evil heroes are unaffected by your opponent's card effects. This is because when you summon an evil hero out with Dark Fusion, it's unaffected by your opponent's card effect for the rest of the turn. So I made it that as long as this card is in the field, it basically keeps that Dark Fusion effect going on. Second effect of this card is that you can You can normal summon one additional. Normal summon one additional evil hero in addition to your normal summon. Oh wait, so you can get off like other effects so you can summon more monsters out. The final effect is that if an evil hero attacks a monster, it has to do the attack. It gains 1,000 attack, similar to Skyscraper, but except it doesn't have the restriction that it has to be a monster of higher attack. Alright, second card that I made. I'm going to be going through the spells first. I forgot to mention this, but next card is Supreme King Calling. I basically made this card after the new archetype Goki rematch. You can special summon 2 evil hero monsters from your graveyard with their effects negated, and you can only activate once per turn. A way to bring back your evil heroes, use them for fusion if you want, or attack with them, whatever you want. So yeah, that's what I made for them. And of course, it can be searched with synergics. Basically all of these cards, except for Evil City, can be searched with synergics, which is why I made her. Next, I made a series of cards, just like the hero with H-E-R-O. I made an evil because I wanted it. Okay, so the first one I made is Emerging Supreme King, and its effect is that you can add 1 evil hero monster from your deck to your hand. There's no once per turn effect. It's just like the emergency card and an elemental hero. Second one I made is Vicious Supreme King. You can destroy your opponent's monsters up to the number of evil hero monsters you control. Again, once per turn cost and stuff like that. So I basically made this similar, a counterpart to All Righteous Justice. That one destroys spells and traps. This one destroys monsters. Because the way that I made the spells and stuff like that, and certain new elemental heroes, you don't really have to worry about those spells and traps as much. You mainly have to worry about getting rid of the monsters and OTKing. Next one I made, it's Illness of the Supreme King. To be honest, I wasn't really sure what to do with this one. So I decided, you know what the heck. Inflict 500 damage for each evil hero monster you control. You can only activate one per turn, so you can't like burn your opponent to death. To be honest, I couldn't really think of a name to like that has to relate with the other ones. Like, and plus I already have Supreme King Calling, so I wasn't going to make it that it revives a evil hero. But yeah, and then I made L, Legacy of the Supreme King. You can banish an evil hero monster in your hand to draw 2 cards, and I'm not sure if I want to make this once per turn or like make it unlimited. I probably will make it once per turn because you can already still use Allure of Darkness with a lot of these monsters. But yeah. And then finally I made Evil Crash, which is banish all the ones I've listed before. EVIL, Evil Crash, which is I chose Crash because it was Hero Flash with the other one. So banish all of those, and then you target 1 evil hero fusion monster that you control, and that turn, that you can use once per turn. That turn, that monster can do double battle damage. Away to OTK. So yeah, hold up. Okay, so the final spell card that I made for them is a new version. I made another fusion card, a new version of excuse me, of Dark Fusion. It's called Supreme King Fusion. If you look at the card art on Imgur, I use this. I just changed up the color for Parallel World Fusion, but it's not the same as Parallel Fusion. Basically, its effect is that it's when used this for fusion summoning, it's treated as a dark fusion, and it even has the effect of that turn your opponent's and this monster is unaffected by opponent's card effect. Okay, and the effect that I gave it is that once per turn, not the same turn that this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card to send one Evil Hero fusion monster from your graveyard back to your X deck, and then you can add 2 Evil Hero monsters from your graveyard to your hand. Another way to get back your resources. So then you can bring back you can put an Evil Hero back in, get 2 of the materials for it if you wanted to, and you can make it again if you want, or you can make a different one. Just a way to recycle. Alright, so the first trap that I made for them is Supreme King Falls. When an Evil Hero monster you control is destroyed, it can be by card effect or it can be by battle, you can special summon 1 Evil Hero monster from your deck. This is basically just the counterpart to what was it called? Hero Signal, except it doesn't have to be by battle, it can be by card effect. To be honest, I wasn't really sure what to do with this next trap, so I just made them this trap just because. It's called Supreme King of Brainwashing, which is a continuous trap card. When an opponent's monster does damage to you by a direct attack, you can take that opponent's monster, and it is now treated as an evil hero monster. So you can use it for your fusions if you wanted to. So it's a good way to stop your opponent from OTKing you, so you can take one of the monsters, depending on which one you do first, and then, yeah, and then you can use it for your own. And then the final trap card that I made for them is a counter trap card, Supreme King Strikes Back. So as a counter trap, I had to do this because basically every archetype needs this nowadays, or at least that's what I think. When your opponent activates a card effect, it has to be a card effect, it's not a summon. But in a spell, a trap, or a monster effect, you can negate. You tribute 1 Evil Hero monster, negate the activation, and if you do, banish it. So yeah, a lot of these cards I actually put banish on it because it's a good way to get rid of your opponent's monsters for good, especially since a lot of monsters now they float and stuff like that. So yeah, these are the spells and traps I made for them. Of course, comment down below what you guys think of them, any improvements that you guys think, or any card suggestions that you guys might think for them. And of course, next episode I'm going to be finally talking about the X deck monsters. So yeah, I'm actually excited to talk about them because, to be honest, they are my favorite ones that I made for them. So yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episode.